Here, bear with me. Pull up the chat. If everyone's doing well. Today we're going to be going over quite a bit. There is a ton going on in the world of crypto. Ton going on here with us. And we're going to be doing what I will just nickname the State of the Coin Address. We're also going to go over some crypto news. There is big things happening that you guys have to be in the loop on. That will be the second half. You will not want to miss because you may want to shift some things around as the market adjusts. There's two big things that just came through today that can really affect you and your holdings depending on what coins you guys own. So we want to kind of stay ahead of that. Hey, Omar, do you mind if we turn it down a smidge? The Omar's on, they're doing either Discord or a Teams call with other developers. What's up, AJ Smith? What's up, Red Rebel? So here's what's going on. So first things first. Let's talk about what's going on with Anubit, what we're doing right now, what you can expect in the coming days and months. I'm going to be going over my notes. I typed out a bunch, so bear with me if I'm looking down. I'm not trying to be. I just have a lot of things. Okay, let's talk about exchanges. Good news. I don't have any bad news. I don't have any bad news. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is development is a process, and it doesn't just I can give timelines and I can give things, but as you discover things and as new information comes your way, you have to kind of adjust accordingly. So we are. Let's talk about the affiliate system, and then I'll get into exchanges. Affiliate system, there's been two areas that have been weak. We've had a lot of feedback coming in of people that have used it in the test environment, in our test sandbox. We need better content for when people share, so we're doing some enhancements of that. That's something that the team has been working on. The other thing is, okay, day in the life of when you're testing the stuff you make is under certain conditions, it was giving away significantly more bonus coin in the test environment than it should. So these are things that are really good too. This is why we do testing, right? So under certain conditions, people are getting way more bonus coin than they should have. So those are being cleaned up before obviously we can go live. We're poking and trying different things out, seeing if we can break it, anything like that. So that's all kind of happening. What's up, Kitson? So yeah, we're fixing some critical bugs that were a little deeper. And the other thing that's been kind of really a challenge on test is we use pancake test, right? For the swap, any swaps we do go through pancake test. We use test BNB, which you got to farm. You literally got to farm test BNB, even though it isn't worth anything, because that's what you test with. You mint different versions of Anubit on the test environment. I'm giving you kind of like really behind the scenes of what happens. So all these things have to interact, and then you look at the results and say, okay, when it does this, are things coming back with the right values? Are all the numbers matching up? And we've got to, because of the nature of affiliate, you got to create an account, then create a sub account and a sub account. You got to make sure that when this person buys, only this person gets credit. And everything's proportional. We have no margin for error in anything we ever do. So aside from cosmetics and usability and stuff like that, it's just really it's a case of we got to check, double check, triple check, and luckily that makes us really good at finding things. Like we've never had an issue of, oh my gosh, someone got too much coin, or or if there's anything like that, it's been incredibly minor. We've had no major no hacking, no penetrations, no nothing. We go the extra mile. So anyway, with affiliate, a little polish on the what I'll call the when you share to social media, the content, what it looks like, what you share. What we found was if it looks how shall I say, if it looks fly by night, it doesn't give a lot of credibility. We know we're legit. You guys know we're legit. We've been talking together for a while. While there's been delays, we do what we say and we say what we do. It's just a process. And people that are new or unfamiliar with us, we have basically one shot to earn credibility. So when you share a link saying, hey, check this out, as we're generating web traffic through, like right now we're doing radio, and I know we're going to have influencers pushing us. As that stuff happens, we need to make sure that the first impression people get with what we have, whether it's a slide or whether it's our Twitter or any interaction, has to be to show credibility. And that's where the tricky part is, because there's, in development and releasing products, something that you guys probably, maybe something about, maybe you don't, is there's a concept called a minimum viable product. And which all it really means is, generally speaking, companies put out their, before there was an iPhone 14, there's the iPhone 3, and you look back at that product in comparison, you're like, tiny little screen, some of the it looks super dated, and you're like, oh, it's a really, really, but it has to be fully functional, and it has to be viable for the market compared to its peers. When we do things in crypto, we can't just do what we would for any other industry, because essentially we have to pay for the sins of others. And what that means is there's a lot of scam and just people that just bad actors in the space. So some of them look pretty polished, unfortunately, but some of them are pretty obvious. You're like, oh, this just feels dirty. We don't want to give off that vibe, because we're legit. So we can't do the bare minimum. We have to kind of put a little more polish, a little more to broadcast and give out that sense of, you can trust us, right? That's what it really comes down to, is people. For me, whenever I go to any site that I've never been to before, I'm looking for any reason not to trust them. And if I sniff anything, I'm gone, because it's not worth the risk. And so that's kind of that's the lens we're kind of looking through when we develop these systems, why we take a little bit longer. And sometimes we're still not good enough, because well, you're always getting better. You're always improving. There's always ways that you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Or like, we had this issue come back where people were like, which wallet do I click on? I click the wallet connect, and all these icons come up, and what do I do next? And we're like, oh, we never thought of that. Like, for us, it's like, obviously, just go to MetaMask. Which one's MetaMask? Oh, it's the Fox. So I'm supposed to click on the Fox? Is that the right answer? It's like, no, you can click on any of them. The Fox is pretty universal and easy. It's like, oh, people are coming in, like, we skipped past necessary steps to, we just make these, you get too close to things and you get kind of blind to it. So that's happening with the affiliate program right now. A couple big bugs, a little more polish to make sure that it's easy and intuitive. Everything else is really, really nice. I'm really excited about it. It's virtually ready to go. We were on kind of a back and forth, and I'm not sure. They can do a 1 or a 0, and it points different lanes. They're either going to do what equivalent of, like, for the bonus coin, like a mint drop, where it kind of just like makes the bonus coin and drops it to you, or they're the second way that they may do it. Both of them are just changing a value. is to do a swap into the liquidity pool for the bonus coin and then have it spit out to the destination wallet. There's pros and cons for both. We're kind of looking at it more not as a functional, because functional, the person doesn't know the difference. Again, behind the scenes, because well, we give pretty much full transparency here. So functionally, same thing. Your wallet, you're like, oh, coin popped up. Here's my bonus. The website shows I just earned. Johnny purchased, and I just earned my 10%. Easy. That's the user perspective. From us, from a well, there's some other things. How it affects the liquidity pool, how it shows on the blockchain of transaction volume or concerns, and then gas costs, whichever one costs the least gas to do. Because while I'd love to say we're a charity, we're not. We're for profit. Everyone here has to eat, and the company has to eat as well and make money and all that kind of stuff. So we definitely look at costs, especially gas costs go to the blockchain. They don't really, it's not like we're pocketing the difference. It goes to Binance and people that have staked in Binance. So we're trying to trim those costs as much as possible, and there's like cost to benefit ratio of picking one with pros and cons, and it's a whole meetings happen over stuff like that, and people really don't want to be part of those. Those are unfun, and everyone's passionate on one side or the other, and there's no right answer. It's just a matter of choosing whichever one's compromised on, because there's pros and cons for each. So, all right, let's get to the next thing. Next thing's exchanges. Okay. For those of you who have been, hopefully you guys are with me. See the numbers, you guys are with me. We had our legacy coin. We had our new coin. We tried to get the proxy bug worked out, and we got this, let's call it the 2.1. All right, that's where we're at. Here we are today. 2.1 is the coin, state of the coin. The coin is functioning beautifully. Functionally, it is ready. We could, with this scale, and go to the moon as they speak. We can go on exchanges with this. Everything's verified. It's clean as hell code. There's no vulnerabilities. They are getting it audited right now. It is beautiful. I am so happy with where we're at. Anyone that isn't excited about our position isn't paying attention to our position, right? We are in a great spot, guys. For those of you who bought double the price it is today, hey, listen, I'm not worried about it. If you are, you're playing the short game, hold on to coin for a year anyway, just so you avoid taxes, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be happy, I promise. But so here's the thing. We just started applying to exchanges. We're getting response. Everything is positive at this point of the responses. We're also filling a lot. I mean, a lot. We've hired extra staff to fill out paperwork for international compliance everywhere to make sure that all of our I's are dotted, T's are crossed. We are full steam moving ahead with things like coin market cap application, CoinGecko, with exchanges. We've got a giant list that we're going after. It's a bite at a time. We're not going after all at once, but it's started and we're getting responses back. Oh, we need a little more info before we're getting people that are soliciting us to exchanges now. They really want to get us on. So that is all very, very excited. We have actually, the last, it's not been wasted time. And if there's any other people, legitimate companies that are not scams, that are thinking about getting into releasing a token or a coin or anything like that, I will advise this. Get your branding, get your token, get on social media, start building your credibility before release. Do not release that stuff as you launch. Get all of those building blocks in place, because they look back at like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, for instance. They aren't looking that you just launch your social media. They want it to be like, oh, for 6 months they've been building and they've been saying what they're going to do, and now they're delivering on the dates that they want. They want to see all of that history, so that they know that you didn't just start up. So now, yeah, it's like an iceberg. So now that we have 6 months or 5 months of social media, and we have all this content and everything, when we apply, it shows that we didn't just spawn out of thin air, that we have this established thing. It means that we're in a really good position. So I'm really, you got to pay your dues first. There's no shortcut with certain things. You got to pay your dues. There's no, some things have shortcuts, and I know there's some people shortcutting. However, they're doing that. I don't know. I don't think I want to know because it's not through good channels. But we're doing it the right way, the long way, and it's going to pay off. Um, Also, I don't know if you heard about who just took over Twitter, who's very crypto friendly. Expect us to fully embrace Twitter as a crypto haven, if you will. I know he wants to stamp out scams and stuff like that. I'm hoping his filters are tight enough to filter out a lot of BS, because thinning the herd is a good thing and makes us shine. I hope they're not so constrictive that anyone that's not a multi-billion-dollar company won't have a voice. So we don't know where the chips are going to lie. Hopefully they filter out the riffraff, so to speak, and we're left as a solid voice, as a legitimate company that's, doing messaging and branding for a legitimate coin. So with that said, who knows? But I'm hopeful. I know Musk is very friendly with crypto in general. He favors Doge. I don't know why. It's on Ethereum, which is slow and expensive, faster than Bitcoin, but still slow and expensive. And we've dug through the Dogecoin code, and there's absolutely zero in there that is special. It is it's better than Bitcoin in the sense that, like, it's not caveman coin, but it is really what you would consider basic. Which maybe that's why he likes it, because there's no fluff. It's really just a basic ass coin, but whatever. So let's get to the next thing. So exchanges are happening, listing services, got on a bunch of those. Let me scroll through my notes here. Compliance paperwork across the globe, that is happening. Advertising. Okay, I'm recording a new video. I recorded one and they complained about it, and I've recorded a couple different ones, and been a lot of different attempts. I've kind of repositioned things. Biggest complaint was, hey, you look at yourself like you're it's hard for me to look at the camera